Namaste and very hearty welcome to all of you to this high intensity Thursday Satsang. We will continue with the life lesson, session number 5. So, last 4 sessions we had been learning lessons from Ramayana, Mahabharata, and all. And in just the last session, we started my own life lessons, which I have learned. So, we had completed 3 lessons. We'll continue with the 4th one. So, this session is very much in continuation with the last session. Last session recordings are available on the group. Those who want to see, they can see the recording. Let me share the presentation and we'll get going with the life lessons. Okay. So we have seen this life lesson 1. Treat everyone the way you would like to be treated. Second one we discuss. How you make other person feel is the most important aspect for that relationship. And this was derived from Maya Angelou's quote. She says that I have learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And that's the most important aspect. We discuss about that. And this is the next one. Keep your friendship above name, fame, money, power, positions, etc., which are transient, and your friends will remain by your side forever. So, keeping the friendship above all these transient things we discussed. Now, the lesson number 4. So, new session starts from here. Okay, the 4th lesson says the time and tide do not wait for anyone. Learn to respect your time and others' time as well. Okay, so life is measured by not years, not months, not days, not hours, not minutes, not seconds. Life is measured by the number of breaths that we breathe on the planet Earth. A very big secret from the scriptures. So, those who breathe faster, they will live not so long. Say, for example, a dog who is breathing faster, the average age may be 14 to 16 years, not more than that. Turtle who breathes very slow may live up to 300, 400, 500 years. If you remember these 2 extreme examples of dog and turtle, human beings are breathing normally at 15 breaths per minute. That's what all the calculations in the scriptures are done. With Tawariyaji's exercises, if you have come down to 12 breaths per minute, which most of our friends have, relatively your longevity has increased by 20%, at least half the age, which means 10% over. So, whatever may be the lifespan, how do we add years to the life and how do we add life to the years? That's a very important aspect of time management. So adding the years to life is possible by breathing slow. All the yogis do that. That's how the yogis live longer. There are yogis I have met who take only 1 breath per minute. Very slow breathing. Possible. There are people I have documented for my research purpose who can arrest the breath for a while, for a few minutes. Like they don't need to breathe. Breath arrestation, it's known as. So there are people who can increase their life, adding years to your life. Probably most of us may not be interested into that. Whatever is the lifespan, that's fine. But how do we add life to the years that we live? That's more important for us, for householders. Death is inevitable. Okay, for all the human beings who are born out of mother's womb, death is kind of a compulsory. So far, we don't have the technology by which one can become immortal. There are many people who have written the books on physical immortality, and I have purchased all of them. I've been purchasing since many years, all the books I have. And the fact is, all the authors have died. All the authors who have written physical immortality, they have died. Spiritual people, swamis, and scientists, and a lot of people have written. Okay, so I have all the books. The last one, whom I personally met. We invited him to India. We arranged for his program. His name was Dr. Leonard Orr from USA. And he was leading this movement of physical immortality. Dr. Leonard Orr, O-R-R, Orr. And he's also the disciple of Babaji, and he promoted Kriya Yoga in a big way in USA. Very learned person, nice person, doing fire ceremonies on a regular basis, and fruit diet and all that. All the characteristics of the yogis were there in him. And he was saying that with this lifestyle, one can become immortal. And 3 times he was on the deathbed and he healed himself. About 70, 75 years he lived, and he healed himself 3 times of major diseases. So the journey was definitely remarkable. Nice person, but he himself also died around 75 years or so. Which means physical immortality, all those people who have promoted physical immortality in the modern world last 100 years, they all have died. All. See, the fact is, the one who is born out of mother's womb will die. People who are not born of mother womb, they manifested body. They need not die. There are people like that also. But they are not normal people. Manifested body. Okay, that's a different thing. So, time management is important in how do we add life to the years that we live. For that, one has to respect the time. See, we consider that we have a lot of resources, and people consider time as a resource. It's not. Time is not a resource. See, you have money. Money is a resource. You can put it into fixed deposit and use it when you want. Time you can't put into fixed deposit and use it when you want. Time is flying anyway. So, time is not a resource in that sense. What are you doing in the current moment? That's important. And if you're not doing anything worthwhile, that time is lost. Most of the people are losing their life because they don't know this lesson. I learned this lesson much early in my childhood from my grandfather. And my father insisted that I work on my time management. So my habit patterns became much healthier. My time management has become much faster. And as a scientist, I worked on it a lot. As a corporate trainer, I used to conduct time management programs for lots of industries and corporate companies and all. So that is the management style of workshop, time management workshop. But more than that, I understood something extraordinary. What is that extraordinary? That's called time warping. Have you heard this term, time warping? There is something called space warping. So Swami Vishuddhanand Dev told people that get me 2 dozen saris, I want to send it for the Devi in Gyanganj. So his disciples purchased the saris and gave it to him. He was sitting in a small room and he did the space warping and he teletransported to the Gyanganj all the 12 or 24 saris that were there, one by one. And all his disciples saw that saris just disappeared. That's called space warping. So point A is there, point B is there. Yogis can bring point A and point B together and move. So it has gone. And then the space becomes same thing. So maybe 100 kilometers away. That's called space warping. Point A and point B are brought together, maybe normally 100 kilometers apart, but yogi can bring it together because it's an illusion. Time is even a bigger illusion. See, I understood these time warping principles and I will tell you the secrets and you'll understand time management from a totally different angle. Yogi's angle, Jnani's angle of time management. Everything is happening in now. It is our mind that is creating the illusion that there is a past, there is present and the future. If you don't have mind, then what happens? It's only the now. Everything is happening in now. That's the most fundamental fact of life. But because we have the mind and we perceive through the glasses of the mind, so we feel that there is a past, there is a present, and there is a future. So for a common man, increasing awareness, increasing PVF, vibrating high is the way to add life to your ears. I hope all of you got it. Vibrating high is the way you can add life to your ears. That's what is everybody's interested in. So for a common man, this is the right solution. But for extraordinary people, okay, those who understand that the past, present, future all are here right now. If you go beyond the mind, this becomes a fact for you. Everything is happening in now. When you understand everything is happening now, you can understand that you can shift yourself from past to future, future to past, to the present, anything. That's what time warping is. So scientists have understood time warping. Albert Einstein understood time warping. Yes, he has talked about it in his philosophy. So if you are sitting under the hot sun, even a 10 minutes may look like 10 hours. Okay. But if you are sitting with a loved one, watching the sunset on the beach, 2 hours may look like 2 minutes. This is called the relativity of the time. But if you understand in your mind what is the experience, the 2 hours have gone into 2 minutes. That's time warping. You have experienced that. Okay. Or 10 minutes can become 10 hours. That's also time warping. Elongation of time or shortening of the time. Both are considered as a time warping. Why? Because your experience is saying so. So everybody, listen carefully. This is not philosophy, this is science. Everybody is experiencing time differently. People who use time effectively, they can do 1,000 things in a day and they have time for everything. And people who don't know the effective usage of time, they do hardly anything and they still tell, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time. So basically, it is not time management, it is life management, my dear friends. How are you managing your life in 24 hours? That is the main point. So time management is a misnomer in that sense. You can't manage the time. Time is flying 24 hours in a day. That's all. And that is common for everybody. 40 seconds. That's all in a day. Okay. 24 into 60 into 60. Same thing for everybody. Yet what are you doing in that time? How are you managing your life in 24 hours? What are your habit patterns? What are you doing? And that is what is going to decide how much life you are adding to the years that you are living. Most of the people are not able to do many things in 24 hours. The reason? Mind gains the momentum. Say, for example, if you are in a particular mood, you are in a mood to work, whatever your job is. Okay. Say, for example, a house manager is there, she is cooking. And the mind gains the momentum of cooking. And 2-3 hours goes into the cooking. Then you feel tired, so you want to rest. So the next activity will take some time. So you get into the activity, your mind gains momentum. So you are not able to shift the activity. Okay. I'm telling you the secrets of how to manage the life effectively. If you can come out of this habit of mind gaining momentum and getting stuck with any activity, any mood, many people say, oh, I'm in this mood today, so I will do only this work. Why? Other work cannot be done because the mind has gained momentum in a certain manner only. But there are people like me, who have trained the mind, no momentum. Instantly you're out and you are onto the another job. Like you change the gear of the car instantly and you are onto a different gear. So you can do definitely many things. Complete the job. Give yourself 100% in the moment. Don't allow mind to interfere. 100% effectiveness is there if you don't allow your mind to interfere. Give yourself 100% in the moment and complete that moment. And the mind doesn't have the momentum. Go to the next momentum, next minute, and the next work. Instantly, there is no question of your mood of doing this work or that work. That's for a common man. For a yogi, for a spiritually evolved person, no need of momentum of the mind. You can shift the gears instantly from one activity to another, and you can make yourself available 100% into every activity, and your mind should not interfere into the activity that is happening now. If you can understand this, and if you can train yourself like that, then life management becomes easy. That life management is the time management. If you go to the higher levels of consciousness, from that higher dimension, past, present, and future, everything is happening now. From that dimension, time warping is possible. And see, I will not shy away. As a scientist, I'm telling you. Okay. Probably a yogi will shy away, will never talk to the audience like that. I'm not a yogi only, I'm a scientist. And I can tell you scientifically that when I'm doing Akashic records, I go to a very high level of vibrational frequency. There I see people's past lives as if it's happening now. It's happening in front of me. Why? In that moment, I am beyond time. Time warping is like a daily thing for me. I'm into the different space. It's not the same time. Okay. So there I can see the past, present, future, everything is happening. So many future events I have predicted, I have seen. That's why they become true. Because they are happening in now. That's how the Akashic records are read. It may look like an extraordinary thing because you don't know the science. But if you know the science, this is the very fact of life. Everything is happening now. It's only the mind that is creating illusion of past, present, and future. And most of the people are trapped in the mind, and that's why that is your reality. But that is not the reality. The reality is everything is happening in now. Mind may find it difficult to understand what the speaker is talking about. But the fact remains, that's how it is. So when you understand and evolve beyond certain frequencies and you vibrate high and you learn to meditate, you learn to go beyond the mind, where your mind becomes your servant. And you can switch off the mind. And then there is no question of momentum of the mind. Then what happened to time, my dear friends? All our experiences are with the mind, so we experience time. If you are not experiencing mind, then where is the time? Have you ever seen what happened to your time when you are beyond the mind? Time stops. You are beyond the time. So you may not understand. This is science. I'll tell you, simple manner. If you are in love with somebody and you deeply love somebody and you are spending time together and you are 4 or 5 hours together and you feel just went on, just 5 minutes. Why? Why do you feel so? Because when you are in love with someone, you are vibrating high. When you are vibrating high, the experience of the time is different. So time is not same for everybody. Those who are vibrating high, 24 hours is a very long time. You can do 1,000 things in 24 hours. For who are vibrating low, 24 hours goes away like anything, hardly 2 or 3 things done, and the time is over. So experience of time is the decided by your PVF. That is the science of it. Listen carefully. Experience of time is decided by your PVF, your personal energetic vibrational frequency. All of you understood this thing? So our understanding of time is very, very primitive, I will say. But as you become high vibrational person, if you understand how to operate from love or how to be love, being love, you are vibrating high. You are an Atman. Everybody is an Atman. But if you learn to operate from the level of Atman, then your perception of time is totally different. We are operating from the body-mind organism, and that's why our perception of time is totally different. But tell me then why lovers experience the time differently? Why the time flies? 5 hours is like 5 minutes. Why the time warping happens in love? You can't deny. If you have experienced love in your life, you can't deny. After marriage, what happened? The reverse phenomena happened. The time elongates. That's also called time warping. That's a different matter. But those who are in love all the time, and if you know how to be in the love, and if you know the science of how to bring that vibrancy of love in your consciousness anytime, anywhere, then you tell me what will happen to your experience of time. I'm telling you something simple with all of your experience. But it's like a fleeting joy. Once in a while it happened, and how it happened you don't even know, and then it went away. You're just a little faint memory of all that. But I'm telling you, it's possible to fall in love with life anytime, anywhere. And anybody can do that. Okay. How to do that? That is the first topic I'm going to discuss in the November camp. Okay. How to fall in love with life. It's not about falling in love with someone. How to fall in love with the very life. And it's not even called falling in love. Actually, it is called rising in love. When you rise your PVF, when you rise your frequency, you are actually rising in love. And how to rise beyond love. There is a frequency for sure where time warping is possible. If I'm experiencing, you can also experience. And I'll try my best to help you experience time warping in November camp. Okay. Very interesting things I'm getting into these days. Absolutely fantastic. Out of the world. Something which scientists also did not understand. Now that quantum science is available, now that equations are available, now that the string theory is available, now that the different locales are available, the science has progressed like anything. Whatever I'm talking about is a science. I'm not talking philosophy. Because it is science, it's possible for me. Because it is science, it is possible for you also. So, like we have titled this as high intensity satsang. Okay. November camp is going to be a very high intensity camp. Just 4 days, 3.5 days maximum. But in 3.5 days, you are going to understand absolutely extraordinary phenomena. If you learn to use time effectively, if you learn to make your life effective in a given time by managing the life pattern, by vibrating high, there are lots of things which are possible to do in the smallest possible time. I'm elongates, my dear friends. When you are vibrating high, when your awareness is high, okay, 1 second looks like a very long time. See how to understand this relativity of time. 1 day of Earth is different. All of you understand this thing. 1 day of Jupiter is different. 1 day of Mars is different. 1 day of Venus is different. All of you understand because they are rotating. So one round on the axis of any planet, that is 1 day of that planet. And that 1 day is different because they are all rotating on their axis at a different speed. The size of the planets is different. Right? All of you understand this thing? Okay. One more relative thing. See what we say our weight. Somebody is 60 kg, somebody is 80 kg, somebody 100 kg, somebody 150 kg. All that weight is not yours. It is the gravitational pull of the earth. You feel so nice with this statement. This is 100% scientific statement. The weight is not yours. It's the gravitational pull of the earth. So if you take your weighing scale and you go to the moon, immediately your weight will come down. Much, much lesser. Why? Because the gravitational pull of the moon is much lesser. You take your same weighing scale to the moon and your weight will be much lesser. You will feel so happy. Suddenly your weight reduces. Why? Because the gravitational pull of the moon is much lesser. All of you understand this relative thing? So weight is relative, time is relative, space is relative. That's what the theory of relativity is all about, Albert Einstein's. Because it is relative, it's not absolute. That's why our experiences with space and time are different. Everybody is having different experiences sometimes. Everybody. Okay. If you are vibrating high, time moves much slower. 24 hours, you can do lots of things. Because your awareness is high, time is experience is very slow. So when you sit into meditation and when you are vibrating high, see, you have been vibrating high only for 20 minutes, but you look like, oh, you meditated for 2 hours. Why? The perception is different. Time is elongated. So those who vibrate high, they can manage the life better. They can do many things in 24 hours. That is what is called effectiveness of life. Learn to respect the time, your own time. More than that, learn to respect other people's time. Why? You see, you may build very bad karma if you are spoiling the time of a person who is vibrating extremely high. Okay. So somebody is vibrating 100 times higher than you. That person 2 minutes you have wasted, which means it's as good as 200 minutes you have wasted. You will build bad karma. So when you waste the time of a person who is vibrating high, you build bad karma to that proportion. People who vibrate high, they are extremely effective and they do lots of things in a day. They don't get into any momentum of the mind. So the experience of life is totally different. Simplest possible thing, just to revise the whole thing, your experience of life is your experience of time, and everybody will experience time differently based on at what frequency you are vibrating. Higher you vibrate, more the awareness, more the vibrancy, slower the time, which means you can do 1,000 things in 24 hours. And if your mind is not gaining momentum, you shift the gear faster, first activity, second activity, third activity, smoothly. In an hour, you can do 10 activities. So what normally takes 10 hours, you complete in 1 hour. That is what is the effective life management. You want to learn that? This is exactly what is the first topic I'm going to teach in November camp. It's going to be very high intensity. So come on time. 3.5 days. By 3 o'clock, we'll complete on the last day because otherwise the traffic will not allow you to reach home. By 3 o'clock, you'll be leaving the ashram on the day 4. That is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Only 4 days camp. 11, 12, 13, 14th November. And you are going to learn and you are going to experience this thing. I will make you experience time warping. You'll understand, oh my God, where did the time go? Possible. Okay, let me check the chat box. If any question on the subject is there, I'll answer you right now. Otherwise, we'll move to the next one. Thank you, Devasis Ganguly, for posting that link on physical immortality. Those who are interested, you can click on the link and read. He was a very dear friend of mine, Leonard Orr. We have good relationship. We shared a lot of things. Nirmana Kaya, Tushar says, yeah, that's called the fabricated body. People who are with the Nirmana Kaya, for them, the natural laws are not applicable. Pratyush is saying future prediction which are predicted through present Akashic record. Can they change also when the actual that moment comes? Yeah, वो तो सब पानी की लकीर है भैया, पत्थर की लकीर थोड़ी है. फ्यूचर जो है वो पानी की लकीर है, देखी जाती है. Because there are lots of forces functioning, people who see, normally those events happen. But our consciousness and our present action has the capacity to change the future. Devasis say time flows linearly. No, time is very cyclic. इसलिए तो उसको काल चक्र कहते हैं ना भैया. देवाशिष, काल चक्र नाम कहाँ से आया? लीनियर थोड़ी है, वो तो साइक्लिकल है. The very function of the time is cyclical. Okay, काल चक्र नाम वहीं से आया. Time is not linear. That's why the history repeats itself. That's why the patterns repeat. But going beyond time, flying away, that is possible. Okay. Going beyond time is possible. See, I want you to think on this line. If you are deeply in love with a person and you are with your beloved, what happened to your time? I'm sure most of you have experienced it. Correct? Your experience of time is different. Do you know the technique of how to fall in love with the life so that you are all the time into that love? That's what his Prem Marg is all about. Babaji taught me that in December 2016. That is going to be my main subject for November camp, December camp, and all the camps to come. Can we say time is energy in motion? Yes, it is so, and there is much more. That's one of the way to look at it. Yes, it is energy in motion. Because energy in motion is called emotion. It has connection with the thought mind, thoughts and emotions together. So energy in motion is actually experienced by us as emotion. Emotion has associated thought. But it's all the jargon of the mind only, no? If you go beyond the mind, what will be your experience of time? That is my fundamental question to you. See, these high intensity satsangs are spiritual satsang. Okay. This is not a time management class, the corporate workshop. No, we are not talking from that angle. Kiran says 4 days at Babaji's ashram went like few hours. Yes, we all experienced that. It just flows like that. And then you remember like a dream, but we all were there with Babaji. 4 full days, 5 days actually, one more day, Diwali day. And I was there for 2 more days. So, and I went one day in advance, total 7 days. 7 days just went like that. Why? Because we were vibrating high. It seems like a dream, but we were all there, no, with Babaji. So, mother and young child goes like that. Yes. This is possible. Children are vibrating high. Mother and child, tremendous loving connections. बच्चा कब बड़ा होगा समझता नहीं है ना, जैसे कि टाइम फ्लाइज. That's what is the feeling. So we all know love transforms your experience of time. All of you understand this statement. This is Brahmavakya of understanding today. Love transforms your experience of time. People who experience love, they experience life much more intensely. The life is to be experienced. When I say fall in love with life, which means what? When you fall in love with life, you experience life much better, much intensely. You are vibrating high. Something that human beings on the planet Earth have forgotten. We all have the capacity to vibrate high and go beyond time. Time management is the biggest misnomer. Time cannot be managed. Everybody has got 24 hours in a day. It's only the life management, it's only your vibrational management, it's only your PVF management, it only depends on how high you are vibrating, and that will decide your experience of time. And everybody experiences time differently based on the PVF. This is science. This is 100% science. By vibrating high, you become more effective in life management. That's why you can do lots of things in a day. So sir says, yeah, I've experienced it while driving and listening to the good music. Yes, if you love driving, if you love listening to music, okay, then your experience of time is different. All right, I hope all of you understand. It's not a difficult thing to understand if you vibrate high, but if you're vibrating low, then you will wonder what this satsang is all about, this Dadiwala is talking some nonsense. That's what may be your experience. Yeah, possible, and I'm okay with that. I'm a scientist. I know everybody will not receive at the same frequency. You have to tune high to understand the higher effects, my dear friend. Higher effects are available at a higher frequency. They cannot come down to lower frequency. You have to raise your frequency to understand those facts. Devashish Ganguly is asking, can time warp release energy walked in the past? 100%, 100%. That's how we release our traumas. See, in my trauma healing camp, many of you have attended. We release the trauma from the past as if we are reliving the past now. And it's a fact. It is possible. And that's how we release the energy of the past. 100%. That's a very fundamental use in trauma healing. That's how you can get rid of the old patterns, by reliving those things. Reliving is reliving. That's a very fundamental statement. This satsang also went so fast. Yes. All right. Any other question on the topic? Because this is something extraordinary. See, the sentence looks like very simple, the lesson, but the lesson has so much of depth. If I post the slide on the group, everyone knows, oh, this is time management. The hourglass is there and I know how to manage time. It's not that. When we say high intensity Thursday satsang, the quality is totally different. All right. So I consider all of you understood. We'll go to the next lesson. Now let's see the sentence again. The time and tide not wait for anyone. Learn to respect your time and others' time as well. You don't know how high the other person is vibrating. By not respecting the time, you may build very bad karma, because the karma building is based on the vibrational frequency of the person. See, it's like you can understand it like this. You go to the boss's cabin and boss is doing 1,000 different things. He has given you only 2 minutes. And you are wasting time. You are not coming to the point. You are telling the stories. And boss says, okay, come to the point. What's it? You are wasting the time of your boss. What will happen? You'll suffer. Why? Because boss is vibrating high. Same thing for a spiritual person who is vibrating extremely high. Okay. So the karma is different. And that time has to be understood. All right. This is another very good lesson. Lesson number 5. Very interesting model. This is a model we developed during relationship workshop. The 7 layers of love model. Okay. Understand 7 layers of love and connect in an appropriate manner. Actually, this has direct connection with the previous thing that I talked about. People who are vibrating high, at least 500 hertz and above, that is called love and above frequencies. If you can understand the model of love that we are promoting, you know how to connect with life. When you say connect in an appropriate manner, connect with what? Connect with life. How do you do that? For that, you have to understand the modeling. See, the lowest level of connection that one can have at the physical body level, lowest level of connection. Even animals are having. And animals are beautiful. When I say animals are having, I'm not degrading animals, okay? Animals are beautiful. So, lowest level is the connecting at the body level. That's called calm, the desire. And the attraction is there. So, in the nature, if you see all the birds and the bees and the plants also, and the animals everywhere, there's a tremendous attraction between the masculine and the feminine energy. Extraordinary programming is being done under the effect of Maya by Lord Shiva or by God, whatever name you want to use. So, masculine and feminine energy getting attracted towards each other is a wonderful thing. It's part of the nature. That attraction is called calm. It's the physical level of attraction. The desire is there, and the attraction is there. That's the first level. The life is experience. If you are fully aware into that, understand that attraction, and if you are aware, you can experience life at the physical level. Most of the people don't even experience at physical level. That's the trouble of human being. So unconscious. You don't even experience life at physical level, something which is simple, available in the time-space dimension. So bodily attraction is not just man-woman attraction. It's a masculine and feminine energy attraction. If you can connect at the energetic level, quality of your lovemaking will be totally different, my dear friends. Connecting at the energetic level. Most of the human beings don't know how to connect at the energetic level. But if one can understand and connect at the energetic level, then the quality of karma will be different. Physical attraction itself is different. Next level of understanding is sneha, affection and emotional warmth. Let me share from my experience. 35 years I had been doing couple counseling. More than 15,000 couples I have counseled. 95% women data shows that they don't feel connected emotionally to the man. Or women feel that man is not connecting emotionally. Man doesn't feel so. Women feel that man is not available emotionally. Which means what? The second level is missing big way. Affection and emotional warmth is missing. See, for many people, communication is like an ordinary thing. Hi, how are you? Only work related, and that's it. Corporate style workshop, corporate style communication. No warmth. But when two human beings meet, there has to be warmth in the communication because you are exchanging the energy. There are two human beings. The human touch, the human experience has to be there, and that reflects as the warmth in the communication. Most of the people have lost that warmth, my dear friends. We are no more human. We have become robot-like, corporate robots. Okay, they believe in their corporate etiquettes and manners, but the warmth is missing. That's a big trouble. So people don't know how to connect. Affection, emotional level, warmth, missing. One can learn all these things. This is Prem mark. Okay. This model was launched during the launching of the Prem. Third level is the level of friendship, Maitri level. Maitreya Buddha. Okay. Gautam Buddha was Maitreya Buddha. Friendly, enlightened being. Friendship and mutual respect has to be there between the two human beings. No matter what you are, operate from the level of friendship. Operate with a mutual respect for all the human beings. Minimum that much is required. Then that friendship is felt in the relationship. Next level, if you can rise up to karuna, compassion and empathy. It's quite a job. For that, one has to vibrate much higher. Next level is bhakti, devotion and sacred love. Bhaktas operate from that level. Higher than that is Prem, that is unconditional love. And those who are absolutely joyful, blissful, they are experiencing Ananda. They are closest to their soul. They are closest to their Atman because Atman is touching to the Anandamaya course. That's where you feel blissful oneness, Ananda. Love is the food for soul. So, if all the human beings experience love, we can create the heaven on earth. Love is the most fundamental healing energy available on the planet Earth. Because most of the people are missing love, they are not vibrating high. Most of the people have forgotten how to walk on the planet Earth with the love in your heart. Do you know if you have love in your heart and you are walking on the green grass, your walk will be different. You will not be damaging the grass. If you are listening to Satsang, sitting on the lawn, if you are operating from love, you will not be pulling the grass. You are damaging the lawn. Consciously, people do that. I have seen 1,000 times. You are not one with the earth. You are not one with the nature. You are damaging nature unconsciously. Not that you have intention of damaging, but you are pulling the grass for no reason. Maybe you are getting bored in the satsang. People do that. The fundamental reason is they have not experienced love. All human beings are designed to experience love. All different sorts of conditionings, the layers and layers and layers of it, has damaged you to such an extent that most of the people today are not experiencing love, and that is the root cause of all the troubles. So, my dear friends, falling in love with a life is something to be understood, it is something to be experienced, it is something to be realized. How? The question comes down by increasing the vibration. So, when you vibrate high, you experience love. Various colors in the love pyramid indicate various chakras starting from Muladhara to Sahasrara. Is it so? The Vibgyor principle is used for sure. Labels are there, not necessarily matching. The model is slightly different, but concept is true. As you move from Muladhara to Sahasrara, you are vibrating high. Concept is true. The angstrom unit of the light, red is vibrating low, violet is vibrating high. So it's a scientific fact. So that model has come. Okay. As we are going up, we are vibrating high. Come back to the model. What is this? Experiencing life at different frequencies. That's what is the scientific model. Honesty, sensitivity, openness, integrity, love. All these qualities, somehow we should be open to this. That's where the life is experienced. You start experiencing life in its totality. Okay? The quality of life will change. You will operate from a different dimension altogether. There's a fragrance of the life, fragrance of the life. That fragrance has to be enjoyed. And that is possible when you connect to the energy dimension of life. But we are too much engrossed into the time space dimension. We are too much vibrating low at a very grosser level. That's why we don't understand the fragrance of the life. Life is. For sure. Life has its own fragrance. Life has its own beauty to be perceived, but only available to those who vibrate high. Love can be experienced in 7 different ways. That 7 layers of love are that. All layers can be experienced together. All layers can be experienced together. Kind of richness is possible. So my question to all of you is, what prevents you from experiencing love? What prevents you from experiencing love? Think of it, ponder over it. Tonight before going to sleep, introspect yourself, your life. It really matters. Why? Why most of the people are not experiencing love in all the 7 layers? What is your reason? You have to understand. What is preventing you? You have to understand. Okay. I can lovingly nudge you. That's all that I can do. I don't have any expectations from you, but I can lovingly nudge you as a friend. Think of it. It's your life. It matters to you, my dear friends. How can you experience love? How can you experience life in all the 7 levels? How can you connect to the energy dimension of life? Very interesting things can happen. That is the richness of life. All the satsang is for richness of life. People are so much poor in their consciousness. Okay. You may have $1 million in your bank account. It means nothing. Your life is so poor. What's the point? Having $1 million has no meaning. If you're experiencing life in all its 7 colors, the 7 colors, the 7 layers of love, that life will be extraordinary. And I'm telling you, you don't need $1 million bank balance for that. This is available to everybody. It has nothing to do with your bank balance. Nothing. Any human being having human body, that's it. More than enough. Maybe some attitudinal corrections are necessary for it. Maybe removing some conditionings is necessary for it. You have to make yourself free. People who are too much logical, they can go to 499 hertz maximum. From 499 to 500 is a big quantum jump into the law. The logic dissolves. So if you are trying to understand these satsangs in a logical manner, you will fail miserably because I'm not talking the logic. Okay? For those of you who are new, I'm not a logical man. I'm a man of love. My way is way of love, Prem. And there is no logic in whatever I speak. Okay, something is written in the slide and I talk something else. And you may understand, this man is illogical. Yes, this man is illogical. This man is operating from love. Much higher than your logic. Your logic cannot comprehend love. That's the problem with the logic. If you're too much logical, if you're too much into the logic, okay, I'm sorry, you can't experience love because love and logic don't go together. So lots of things. I will see all the points. Prityu says pure awareness, Shiva path, experience, expanded awareness equal to no mind, no time from that, no time state. How we can consciously elongate or shorten time as required. Stay into that. Okay. You'll get your answer. There's no logic. So don't expect a logical answer from me. Lovingly stay there and you'll understand. Vinayji asking various colors in the love pyramid. Yes, we already discussed. Manoj Garg says expectations prevents. Yes, expectations do prevent. Vinay says logic mind obstruct love in free form. Yes. That's what exactly logic constructing love. Venkatesh Sethi, reasons for not operating from love. We are operating from head, mind, all the time, and hence no time for heart to heart connection. Yeah. But who told you to operate from the mind? You have a choice to operate from the heart. Okay, इसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं एक हाथ का डिस्टेंस. एक हाथ है ना 1 foot डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम हेड टू हार्ट. हाउ मच इज द टाइम? हाउ मच इज द फुटपट्टी? 1 फुटपट्टी में 1 फुट का अंतर. 1 फुट का अंतर को पार करने में लोगों की कितने जन्म निकल जाते हैं. You are spending many lifetime just to cross 12 inches distance, which is head to heart. Venkatesh Sethi. See, who told you should operate from the head? Tell me. I'm not operating from the head.
I think we are conditioned to operate from our head from the childhood.
Okay, but why should you agree to that condition? I don't agree. What prevents you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think high time to change this.
Better change it. Tushar says also various belief systems. Yes, beliefs. Who told you to get stuck with your belief? I mean, nobody has forced you to do so. If I can come out, you can also come out. Vatsala says fear of rejection, inability to accept differences, overthinking, too many expectations, fear of the unknown, strong prejudices. You can easily come out of it. Just by vibrating high, all these things will fall down. You don't have to struggle with these things, you see. You just vibrate high. That's it. All these lower things will fall down naturally. Tushar says fear of society, status, imaginary things. Venkatesh says love is no mind and all body experience. Body and mind are one, no? Love is the food of the soul. It's the experience of the Atman.
No, this
Body level,
somewhere I had heard, somewhere I had read that if you want to love, first you have to experience the love in the body, and only
that's
then will
karma
you be
level.
able
That's
to.
for sure. That is the first
Yeah.
level of love, no? In our model also, that is the
Hmm.
level of body, the karma, the desire. The masculine and the feminine energy attraction is the level of the body,
Yeah.
for sure.
So that's why what they tell, if you want to experience love, so first you have to activate our body. Yeah, I think I'm telling the same thing.
True. That's right. That is the first level of love. But you don't have to get stuck there. You have to go to the sneha, the maitri aspect, the karuna aspect, bhakti aspect. Those are the most beautiful things. Nothing prevents us, let me tell you, except your attitude. If you change your attitude, if you change your mindset, everything is available to everybody. Okay, so what I'm telling is very simple thing, my dear friend. Change your attitudes, change your mindset, everything is available to you. Nothing is preventing you. See, when you say societal conditioning, I mean, nobody in your society comes with a rifle and says you behave this way. No, no. You have accepted some conditioning in your mind. You have a right to change it. It's as simple as that. Nobody comes with a gun on pointing at you that you behave this way. This is our society. No, nobody does that. But you believe that your conditioning is like a gun. That's your belief system. You have to change that. Let me tell you, in the society, nobody cares for you. Why? Nobody has time. Everybody is so busy with their mobile only. They care for their mobile. Nobody cares for you. So don't worry. Why do you care for the societal conditionings and all? When nobody cares for you, why do you care for the societal conditioning given by the others, which has no meaning? It's preventing you from experiencing life. Even a slightest spark of intelligence is there in you. What I'm telling you is very easy to understand. A little spark of intelligence is required to understand and drop out from the societal conditionings and fall in love with the life.
Sure.
So
Guruji,
Tushar says fear of society is yes.
Guruji, first of
Yes.
all, we must want to be happy. That desire to feel love should be there. That it's a first blessing. These sessions which you are doing, I've sent it to a few people who are going through great challenges, and I'm really praying for them. I am not very sure whether they are receptive. When you have given such wonderful guidance, and I have written to them, I find Guruji's discourses helping me a lot. It's transformed my life. Please do it. So I think they need grace also to be open to absorbing what you're saying. That desire to transform, desire to have a better life should be the foundation.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. So Tushar says fear of society, status, etc. Venkatesh says love is no mind and all body. We have done that. Ellen says, Guruji, you love science, the logic of science, and you understand the logic of love. I'm a different kind of scientist, Ellen. I am a scientist for sure, but a real scientist is not bound by logic. Do you know? I'm telling you, this is a real scientific thing. All the scientific innovations and the inventions are happening from the inside with intuition. No scientist found the logical things. There's a quantum jump in the consciousness. You bring it down, then you want to tell people. That's where the logic comes into it. All scientific innovations happen that way. I can give you a couple of examples from the science. Benzene ring. You know, benzene ring in this organic chemistry, how was it found? It came as a dream. A serpent holding its own tail. That's how the benzene ring was found. Do you know how the sewing machine, the concept came? See, normal needle has the hole at the end and you put a thread there. But sewing machine needle has the head at the point, the other side of it. And that was a big innovation. And that's how the sewing machine works so easily. Simple thing, but it took a long time for innovation. You need to think differently. And if you operate from the same logic, you can't be innovative, you can't be a scientist. Which means what? You don't have to think the way everybody thinks. That is the very fundamental of scientific innovation. Without that, innovation is not possible. Everybody thinks logical. A scientist who goes beyond the logic is a better scientist, is a better innovator. So all of us, we have to become better innovators. And we have to innovate the very life. We are all life scientists. When you innovate your life, that will be fantastic science. Okay. Tushar says our mind subconscious is hypnotized by family and society. We need to get dehypnotized. Okay, get dehypnotized. Who prevents you? Monica says that's true. It's not working for people, not receptive, and choose to be in darkness. But there is a choice. All right, everybody has a choice. 2033, time is up. Hope you are enjoying this high intensity satsang. Do you want me to continue? Few minutes more. So, my dear friends, we do understand. We do get glimpses that this is possible. You know, suddenly, when I'm talking to you, you feel yes, it's very much possible. But then again, you go back to your old vibrational field, then you forget all about it. The challenge to human beings is to vibrate high continuously. Keep vibrating high. And that is the way you can break through the societal conditionings. Okay. Different kind of conditionings are there. Educational conditioning is there. Family conditions are there. Okay. And your belief system is there. And your hypnosis effect is there. So, all that, you don't have to struggle. This is the last insight I would like to give you. See, many people, especially the students who come to me, the children, they start struggling with that. They want to change that. No, no, no. By struggling, you'll be wasting your energy. This change that we are expecting, or the transformation that we desire, is not possible for you by struggling against the odds of the society. That's not the way. You'll be fighting, you'll be wasting your energy for no reason. What is the right way? What is the appropriate way? The appropriate way is just focus on increasing your vibrations. That's all. Don't focus on conditionings and hypnosis and all that nonsense. It's the garbage. Don't focus on the garbage. Just simply focus on vibrating high. Go on increasing your vibrations. At certain vibration, certain things will simply drop off your system like a yellow leaf drops off from the tree. No efforts required. जितने भी पुरानी आदतें हैं वो पैर का पत्ता जैसे गिर पड़ता है पीला वाला, वैसे आपकी आदतें गिर पड़ेगी। आपको आदतों के साथ में झगड़ना लड़ना नहीं। Everybody understood this point? Because otherwise you'll be wasting your life in fighting against all odds and you will not succeed. That's not the fight. I'm telling you, focus your entire attention, your entire life energy only on one thing, increasing your awareness, increase your consciousness, increase your PVF, increase your vibration. Whatever word you understand that has to be increased, and this lower kind of things will automatically fall off, right? Like the yellow leaf falling off from the tree. This is a simple science. If you understand the science, and if you increase your vibrations, without any struggle, you will start living your life from a different perspective, from a different dimension. And that dimension has got a lot of richness. The dimension of the Atma, that is the right dimension. There is a bliss, there's so much of joy. And there is oneness. Everybody is that. I can't hurt you because you are me. You and me are one in that dimension. That oneness is experience. Everybody is that only at that dimension. But we don't touch upon that dimension. Bodily, you are different, I am different. That's okay. So if you are seriously interested in knowing the secrets of space warping and time warping, you see this technology is also doing that. No? See, Vinayji is sitting in Pune. Okay, Uma Devi is in Bangalore. Vidya is also in Bangalore. What is technology doing? Technology is warping the time and the space. Everybody is available at one point right now in the meeting from different space, different time also, because US people are having a different time. Australia is having different time, which means what? The space warping and the time warping is experienced right now through the Zoom meeting. This is also the technology. No? We are doing it right now. A little lower kind of thing. Same thing in love happens in a little higher dimension. Same thing at the level of soul, it happens at a higher dimension. So, space warping and time warping is a fact. We don't understand that science because we are vibrating low. The moment we start vibrating high, we start understanding all these things. All right, so I wish all the good luck for you. Vibrate high. Don't fight with the conditionings and the belief systems. Just focus on your own self. Introspect, meditate, vibrate high within yourself. Don't criticize anybody outside. Don't fight with anybody else outside. Okay? Don't fight with energy vampires anyway. You'll be wasting your time. Just focus on yourself. Just focus on increasing your vibration and see the magic happening. You will start rising in love. You'll start experiencing life. And the life will happen to you in a totally different dimension, unknown to the world. And that dimension is waiting for everybody. I pray to Babaji, may all of you attain to that dimension in this very lifetime. Make this lifetime the last lifetime. No more coming, no more going. This lifetime, the last lifetime. Thank you very much.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
Guruji.
Thank you, Guru.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.